Hey there everybody, it's Joe, and I kind of want to make a quick video really just kind of describing kind of the year I've had with Final Fantasy TCG, because if you follow the link in the description box below, you'll see that I made my first video to do with the game pretty much exactly a year ago at this point. And I gave my first impressions on it, and I said I kind of liked the game, but I think it felt like it had its flaws, and little did I know how integrated I'd end up becoming in this game and how invested I'd end up becoming. And I just think it's really interesting, so to kind of go over it, like I've been making videos for Final Fantasy TCG pretty much solidly every week since the game came out. And I've been very, very lucky with this game. First and foremost, the first thing I wanted to say is how lucky I've been with it. I went to the first major tournament for it in Square Enix's building back in December. And I was, and I met some really lovely people there, and it was, first time I'd ever gone anywhere, and people kind of gone, "Oh, I've watched your stuff," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, this is weird," but it was really, really lovely, and I've made some really, really great friends there, and I happened to win the event, and one of those things where it was a total gamble, me going to an event like that so early, because obviously I'd already kind of set a precedent with the ideas that I had by making deck lists and things like that, that if I'd ended up going there and doing really, really badly, then it would have ended up like no one's going to listen to what I say. I know how the internet works with these things, and it's like, well, no one's ever going to listen to the things I say. But luckily it didn't go that way, and then and it really pushed me to continue to try and make videos and kind of produce content for everybody. But I think since then, I've only played in a couple of tournaments realistically since then, because I was always working weekends. I mean, I'm not now, which is nice, because it might actually mean that I can get to go to visit people and play with other people and stuff. But at the time it was a real kind of pain, because I could never get to anything. But at the same time, I was okay with it, because I was never setting out to be like one of the strongest players or anything like that. I just kind of wanted to be informative and be somebody that was approachable. And in the events that I have been to, including I went to one of the larger regionals for the game before UK Nationals happened. I was invited to go and watch UK Nationals. Then I'll get to some of the more recent events later, but there were events that I went to, and everyone was just so friendly, and I'm very, very thankful to that. So if you are somebody who's met me in person from watching these videos or anything like that, then thank you very much, because the fact that you guys have been so lovely to me has made me really want to continue doing it, and I really want to support this game. Square Enix themselves have been an absolute delight. They've been, I've made some very good friends within that company, and I'm very, very thankful for them. And if I can take anything away from this game, it's the friends that I've made. And the cards themselves, I do still really enjoy the game at the end of the day. Like at the time, like I said, last year I made a video with my first impressions, and I was like, oh, I like this, or I don't like this, and this is kind of okay. I was trying to kind of look at it with a really, really scrutinous eye, because I think that obviously most games that have a license attached to them tend to be kind of cash-ins, and quite honestly, and I've said this to loads of people in the past, you could print a steaming turd with a Final Fantasy name on it and people would still run out and buy it. Luckily, in this case, that isn't actually what happened. It actually turned out to be a really solid game. And I also made comment about the fact that it drew a lot from Magic, and now I know why. And because Kageyama-san was a pro Magic player, and he really liked a lot of Magic's mechanics, but he wanted to refine them, as opposed to trying to flip the table. He just kind of wanted to make it a little neater, and kind of, stop you from being like mana flooded or mana screwed and stuff like that, which realistically doesn't happen very often at all in Final Fantasy's card game. So it was really impressive, and it was really cool to kind of learn to understand how the mindset goes into creating a game like this. It was really, really cool. I did actually get to interview Kageyama-san for YouTube at one point, which was back in last December, so again, nearly a year ago, and that was really lovely. But I've met him a few times since then, and he's just such a sweet man. Like, I would happily support this game just to support him, if anything else. So he's very, very, very successful man with what he's done, and I'm really, really glad that the game's blossomed the way it has. I've changed a great deal in the past year, without going into personal details or anything like that. Even from what you can see, my hair is a hell of a lot crazier now than it was a year ago. And it changes pretty frequently, as I'm sure you've gathered. But I mean, my favourite of the deck lists that I've posted up, I think the Knight deck really resonated with a lot of people, and honestly my most recent deck list with Kryl, I'm actually completely in love with even now. So if you haven't played that yet, then check the video, I will leave a link in the description, and go and watch that, because before Opus 4 comes out, that deck is really, really cool, and it's probably going to stay cool after the set comes out, so I'm really hoping that you guys like that one. But yes, more recently I got to commentate Euros, which was an extraordinary experience, and I absolutely loved it. And it was very, as I said in my vlog that I did for Euros, I met up with someone I hadn't seen in 7 years and ended up commentating alongside him, which was extremely strange but very cool. And I'm hoping that in the future that I'll get to do more things like that. I think, you know, as much as I still really enjoy playing the game, I enjoy supporting it and wanting to make it blossom a lot more. And I like, and my fulfillment from it comes from helping other people enjoy the game rather than just playing it. I mean, I like to think that I've proved myself as a decent player at this point. I don't think I'm the best by any means at all, but I also don't think that, I think I'm well educated enough within the game's rights to know kind of what goes with what. And people have disagreed with me 100 times, and they're welcome to do it 100 more. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm giving people reasons to kind of go out and play the damn game, that's all I really care about. But yeah, and then I got to go to X-Burst a couple of weeks ago, which was also really good fun. And that was, again, me trying to kind of, as opposed to like playing in the tournaments, trying to help out and kind of get people into the game and things like that. It was just, that's where my focus is right now, and I'm hoping that, you know, within the years to come, I'll get to either play in more tournaments again, or I'll get to kind of be more helpful to the company and to the game itself more. And I just think it'll be great to kind of progress it greater, because I've really, really enjoyed this game. I've said it 3 or 4 times already, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's a damn good game. So if you've watched my videos and haven't played the game yet, go out and buy yourself a starter deck and go and play this game, because it's really, really good. So I just wanted to make a quick video, as I said, and like kind of go like a 1 year later thing, and I'm really, really happy with how it's gone so far. My subscriber count has gone up drastically in the past year, and here's hoping it'll go up a heck of a lot more in the next year. So thank you again very much for watching, and for watching any of the videos that I've done so far this year or anything before it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I would love you very much for it. So thank you again for watching, and I'll bring you as much more Final Fantasy TCG content as I can. So speak to you guys later. Bye.